What's happening, America? I'm Joe Brown, chef and owner of Melange at Haddonfield. Come on into my kitchen. As most of you know, Melange at Haddonfield is a mixture of Louisiana and Italian. And today we're going to take Louisiana Italian to a different notch. We're going to really kick it up a little bit. Hopefully you'll have some fun with this recipe at home, but if you pay attention, I'm sure you're going to be able to make it. Today we're going to do a braciole, which is an Italian version of a flank steak or a flat iron steak that you pound out thin and you stuff it with something. Today we're going to stuff it with some andouille sausage, alright, little breadcrumb, and we're going to serve it over cheese grits with a crawfish Creole sauce. Check it out. What we're going to start with is what we call in New Orleans is our Holy Trinity, which is basically green peppers, onions, and celery. This is for our Creole sauce. So green peppers, onions, and celery, garlic, little cayenne, little Cajun spice, a touch of oregano, little thyme, a little touch of salt, which you always want to do last, remember that. And we got some plum tomatoes that we're going to use to really brighten it up and give it that Creole flavor. Alright? So basically, what we're going to do to start with is we're going to start with a little bit of oil. You want to make sure when you start with your oil, you get that pan nice and hot first. Just we're going to make our Creole sauce first. Alright? So we got the Holy Trinity. Want to render down that green peppers, onions, and celery till they start to get soft, nice and married to the pan there. You're going to put a little touch of thyme. You got about half a cup of green peppers and onions, and celery, about a teaspoon of thyme, a teaspoon of oregano, about a tablespoon of garlic. If you like more garlic, put more garlic in it. Don't even worry about it. Alright? Just depends who you're kissing tonight. Alright? A little touch of some cayenne. Alright? And Joe's Cajun spice. And if you go to my cookbook, you'll find that Cajun spice recipe right in there. Alright? So what I like to do is get that garlic marinated with those green peppers and onions and celery. Then we're going to hit it with the tomatoes. I put about 2 cups of tomatoes in there. And we're going to put just a tad bit of salt in there. We'll let that simmer down. You go to the store, you buy canned plum tomatoes that are already peeled for you. I like to use those because they already got that nice juice in there. You can also use fresh tomatoes if you got a good time of the year where Jersey tomatoes are available. Don't be afraid to use them if you want to spend the time. Okay? As that's simmering, we'll let our pan get hot for our braciole. Now how are we going to do our braciole? We're going to take some andouille sausage, alright? We're going to cut it down a little bit. I like to render down that sausage to give it a little bit of a nice smoky flavor. We're going to cut it down, nice small dice. We're going to use our Holy Trinity again. Little touch of oil, just a little. You don't want to put too much because that pork sausage, or andouille sausage, already has some fat in there. You want to get it so it starts jumping in that pan a little bit. Put a little Holy Trinity in there. A little touch of garlic. This is going to be nice. We'll take a little pinch of salt. I like to put some breadcrumbs in there. Alright, because the breadcrumbs are going to help it bind together and hold well together for you. We'll put a little touch of some chicken stock in there. Help it cook down a little bit. Alright? We're going to start marrying together. Let those vegetables get nice and soft. Notice how it all starts to bind together. Now it's pliable. Got that really nice smoky smell to it. Should be really nice. Let's check our Creole sauce. Oh, looking nice, looking nice. Look at that. Man. You might say, instead of me putting my finger in there, when you get finished eating it, it's going to feel like I put my foot in this one. Alright, so now we're going to let that simmer, Creole sauce. We're going to turn our andouille stuffing off. Now we're going to work on our brajol. It's very easy to do. Go to the store, ask your butcher, your meat supplier, get your piece of flank steak. Alright, we're going to use flat iron steak. If you can't find flat iron, use flank steak. It works just as well. Alright, we'll take it, put it on the meat board, and we're going to butterfly it open. Alright, we're going to open it up, because we're going to pound this baby out. Be careful, you don't cut yourself. Alright, so now we butterfly it out. It's twice the size. Okay? Next thing we're going to do, we're going to put it in between two pieces of plastic. You got saran wrap at home. If you can't find saran wrap, just get a plastic garbage bag and do the same thing. Cut it down to size. It works fine for you. Alright? Then we're going to take the mallet side. And that baby out. Nice and thin. It's going to tenderize it. It's going to help it cook nice and even. Look at that. See? You're going to take one piece of plastic on the top. And we're going to take that andouille stuffing. Look at that. Smells good. Delicious. Okay? Looks beautiful. Nice stuffing going on there. Okay, then we're going to roll that baby up. Nice and hot. We'll put a little bit of oil on the brajol. Rub it all over. Alright? A little bit of oil in the pan. What we want to do is we want to pan sear this brajol. Alright? Get a nice crust on the outside. And then we want to braise it in the oven with the Creole sauce. Alright? So make sure your pan's nice and hot. You want to do it the roll side down. If you're not sure on your good roll, we'll take some toothpicks, put some toothpicks in it. But I can do it without toothpicks. Alright? Get some nice color on there. You don't have to cook it all the way. Alright, so it should be nice and tender when we get done here. You gotta make sure that you don't get your pan too hot because you don't want to burn it. Alright? Meanwhile, while we got that going, we got some milk being warmed up over here for our grits. What we're gonna put in our grits is a little bit of butter. I'm not going to put all that butter in there. Alright? Alright? We'll put a little bit of black pepper, a little salt. Good luck when you throw it over your shoulder. See that nice color we're getting on the brajol? Now I have about 1.5 cups, maybe 2 cups of milk here, okay? And we got some grits here. If you're not comfortable with cooking grits, go to the store and buy the quick grits. They work just as well. Because really what's going to make the grits taste nice is the seasoning that we put in them. Now remember we made that Creole sauce earlier? So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our crawfish meat, add it to that Creole sauce. That Creole sauce will simmer for a while. Got a nice color to it. Really nice flavor. Got your finger. Remember I told you earlier we're going to put our foot in this one, so watch. See how we got that nice color on that meat? We got a nice sear on here. And what that's going to do is going to allow those juices to stay in there so that your meat doesn't get all dried out. All right? That's why we always sear when we're doing some braising. Sear first. Now, what we're going to do next, we're going to take that Creole sauce and smother it. Just like that. Then what I like to do is put a little bit more stock in there. We're going to slow cook that for, I don't know, you probably want to get it about 10 minutes, 20 minutes, depending on what temperature you want your meat. But I like that meat to be nice and cooked all the way through, so it's nice and tender. So slow roast it, give it some time, let it make love, all right, in there. Watch, in the oven. Now if you're doing this at home, okay, and you're serving it for your family, you might want to use a casserole, a nice casserole that really looks nice, and you can put the whole thing on the table. All right? So now, we're going for our grits. Now, the thing with grits is time. Give them time. Let those grits get nice and soft on you. All right? So we got our milk nice and hot. I'm going to add about, I guess about a half a cup at a time. All right? Some people like those really pasty, watery grits. We don't make pasty, watery grits at Melange. We make those good cheese grits. All right? So I'm going to put about a cup and a half of grits in here. And let them cook up. But you don't want to put too much salt because we're putting cheese in these grits. All right? We're putting two cheeses. We're using a Parmesan cheese and we're using a sharp cheddar cheese. So if you use cheese in there, cheese already has salt in them already. So very key. You got to make sure you put salt either last or very little in the beginning. We're going to start to thicken. We'll turn that flame down. When it gets right about there, we're going to add our cheeses. So I got some cheddar cheese. We're going to use about a handful of some Parmesan cheese. Man, oh man, this is going to be good. We'll let them baby simmer. Get a little taste on it. Not quite done yet. Bam. Be ready for this. Okay. When we come back, we're going to plate everything. Let you take it real thick. Some people like it real thin. Depends. We'll take this baby. Oh my God. Oh. Oh. That's a party. Nice little plate like that. Beautiful fish, beautiful fish. Take a little bit of that Creole sauce. Just like that. Of course, we got to serve some collard greens with that, baby. We have some collard greens in the kitchen at the restaurant. So we want to give you a little bit of salt and flair in there. Let's finish that baby off with a little bit of green onion. That's a little stuffed risotto, a little crawfish Creole sauce. All right? What do you think? Like that, don't you? I'm Chef Joe Brown. Come back and see us again.